Hey, where are all my perfectionists? In all honesty and transparency, I am a recovering perfectionist who still deals with this from time to time, right? I'm just being open and honest. Hi, it's Valerie, and today on Business by Design podcast, I want to talk about perfectionism, right? It's all about the overthinkers, right? The ones who feel like they need to get everything perfect before they start, right? So let's talk about that. And let's talk about how choosing courage instead of perfection is key. Join me. Hello, beautiful one. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to Business by Design podcast. Your next level starts here. This is the 10-minute reset for women entrepreneurs who know there's another level waiting for them. Hi, I'm Valerie Priester, your host and your mindset and strategy catalyst. Each week, you'll get two essentials: a mindset reset to quiet the self doubt that keeps you circling the same plateau, and a strategic architect move, a practical step you can plug into your business before the episode even ends. Listen, this is what I promise: no fluff, just focused clarity so you can trade busy work for purposeful and powerful momentum. Are you ready? Let's design your victory starting now. When we're dealing with perfectionism, we give ourselves all of these excuses that sound very noble. Things like, I just wanted to be excellent, or I wanted to be of high standards, right? We say all of this stuff, but really, it's often rooted in fear, right? Procrastination, that's one thing too. But perfectionism is really fear. It's really fear in disguise. And it's the fear of sometimes being judged, it's the fear of rejection, it can be the fear of exposure, right? All of those things. And here's what perfectionism actually costs you. It costs you your momentum, your clarity, your confidence, and your growth, right? But courage, on the other hand, asks, like, what if you just showed up messy but honest? What if you gave yourself permission to learn as you go? What if you decided that you didn't have to have every answer or know everything or cross every T and dot every I before you took action? What if you did that, right? I want to be able to help you just choose movement over mastery. That's really what it's about, right? I know for me, all of the things that I talk about when it comes to courage, fear, all that stuff, these are all things that I have dealt with. And I had the same, you know, perfectionism going on in my life and in my world, and it still shows up sometimes today when it came to things like creating my coaching programs, right? Oh my goodness, everything had to be perfect before I would launch it. Right? The website had to be perfect. The graphics had to be perfect. How am I going to deliver it? Every single thing had to be absolutely perfect before I moved. And how many of you know that nothing is ever perfect? That's just the truth. Nothing is ever perfect, right? But we hold ourselves back thinking that, you know, I'm going to be judged on this if I let it go before it is ready or before it's perfect. I can't tell you how much time I wasted doing that. And not only did I waste time, but it always cost me my confidence. It always cost me sleepless nights, right? Because what I could picture and visualize in my mind is like all of these women that I really wanted to help, but they were stuck and they couldn't get the help that I had to offer because I'm over here, worrying about the program needs to be perfect before I put it out there. And the truth is, I can help you with just my knowledge of what I have dealt with in my own life, with my life experience, right? Not to mention all of the training and the certifications that I have. All of that's there, but still this beast of of mind that kept me from moving forward. Perfectionism cost me so much time, cost me so much precious energy that I could have been delivering to the women that really needed my help. And so I want to help you move beyond that. If you're dealing with perfectionism, please know that it doesn't have to be that way. And please know that nothing will ever be perfect. But if you act and if you move forward, you will always evolve and it will always get better, right? So here's some practical tips to help you move through this. First, set messy goals. They don't have to be perfect, right? So instead of aiming for that perfect launch or, aiming for the perfect product or service or any of that, aim to test and learn, right? Let this be the learning ground for what you need in order to improve upon it as you get in action. Let the outcome be your feedback, not judgment, right? And then another thing that you can do is practice good enough action. Choose one task this week to complete and then release it at maybe 80% instead of trying to wait until it gets 100% ready, right? Release it at 80%. That's done. That's progress. My favorite quote is done is better than perfect because perfect doesn't exist, right? The other thing is this: notice when perfection shows up. We always know when it's there. Track when you start to delay action because in your head you're saying it's not ready yet, or it needs to be better, or it needs to be perfect, right? What's the real fear? What is the real fear? What I want you to do in that moment is to gently challenge that thought that's playing in your head. What is the real fear? Am I afraid to be judged? Am I afraid that others will think I don't know what I'm doing? Right? What is the real fear? When we tap into the real fear, which oftentimes is nothing to be afraid of because it never really happens, right? But it's the story that's playing in our heads over and over that keeps us from moving forward. So what is the real fear? Again, I know that, dealing with this is not always easy. It can be challenging. But the truth is, when we learn to face our fears, to face them head on, to confront them, to name them, to call them out, that's when we can move beyond them. And I know you can do that as well. So this week, try those things, right? Set messy goals, practice good enough action, and then notice when perfection shows up and move through it anyway. Ask yourself, what am I so afraid of? I know you got this. Leave me a comment and let me know how it works. Remember, designing your victory is a choice. Start today with one micro brave move. We'll see you next time. Well, my amazing ones, that's your focus shift for today. If it sparked a new thought, follow the show and share it with a friend who's also ready for clarity. For those of you that have been following me, I want you to know I truly appreciate you. For those that are new to me, thank you for tuning in and I hope you continue to follow. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Sharing is caring. Want to keep the momentum going? Check the show notes for my newest free resource. You can be sure it's most timely to help you take your next confident step. I'll meet you next Thursday for another dose of mindset and strategy tailored for the business and life you truly want. Remember, designing your victory is a choice. Start with one clear, purposeful action today.